Welcome, bienvenidos. Today is vlog 47 and we're dedicating it to youcaring.com. We are starting a campaign today and I wanted to make a little video to explain to you what is going on and why we're doing what we're doing. As it happens, and I don't know how much of the past videos you've watched, but one of the interesting things that has happened during this entire process taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's is that 2 years ago I decided to write a book and I did a crowdsourcing campaign to get funds for it. Now, most of the people at the time that donated, well, actually all of the people that donated at the time were either, well, they were all family members and a couple of friends that donated to help me out. And even though we did not reach our goal, I kept working on the book, and hopefully in the next couple of months it is going to come out, because all I need to do now is I am editing it, but I want a real editor to edit it. And I happen to know somebody that's a book editor, and she already volunteered to help me out with this. Obviously, I want to pay her, so I have to make a little money so I can pay her. But one of the discoveries that we made while writing that book is the fact that there's a lot of people that are caregivers for Alzheimer's patients, that between the medical conditions that they develop because they're more concerned about taking care of their loved ones than they are about their own health, and just the financial burden of taking care of somebody, which usually means leaving your own job to take care of that person, those two things contribute to many caregivers ending up either close to bankruptcy or in bankruptcy. And I was thinking that I wanted to do something about it. Now, a couple of days ago, Jeff Bezos posted a message on Twitter about he has these companies and they all have their charity efforts and whatnot, and they do a lot of philanthropy, but he wanted to do something more immediate and not long term like all his companies do. And I sent him a message. I doubted that he saw it, but I can guarantee you that I'm going to send him a message about every single one of these things that I'm working on. And the thing is, what I'm hoping to create is the equivalent of an Angie's List, but for people that are dealing with loved ones with Alzheimer's. Now, there is a situation here where in some places like the state of Florida, you get a very limited amount of help. Now, the Alzheimer's Association is fantastic and they have a lot of people helping out. The thing is, that's not enough, number one. Number two, you don't always go to Alzheimer's Association first. In my case, I tried everything I could think of. For some reason, I landed in an Alzheimer's Association page that was not the Alzheimer's Association page for this area. And I didn't get to meet them until much, much later. But for one thing, I'm going to give you a simple example. I spent 10 months taking care of my loved one at home. The government does not provide Medicaid for a person that has been taken care of at home. And I mean in the state of Florida, okay? The funding that is provided is very limited. And the help that's provided is very limited. Basically, they're forcing you to put your loved one in a memory care facility in order for you to get the benefits that you need to be able to help them out. But that helps them out. That doesn't help you out. And so it's 10 months of not having an income. And of course, that's not counting that those 10 months ended in October of last year. We're now in June and I still don't have a full-time job. There's a lot of other things that come into play. The bottom line is that there is absolutely no help for somebody like me. When I was taking care of my mother at home, the issue was that I was here with her 24/7. So if I wanted to take a couple of hours off just to get a breather, I would have to hire somebody, and the minimum payment for somebody that comes to your home to take care of your loved one, if it's something like 2 hours, is $22 an hour. The only way you get a drop on that is if you have a person here for 4 or 5 hours at a time, then it drops to $17 an hour. Now, if you have just lost one income in your home because you have a caregiver taking care of a loved one, you don't necessarily have $17 to $22 for somebody to come and spend 3-4 hours with your loved one so that you can take care of your own stuff. Not only that, but of course, if you have a medical appointment, and the list goes on and on. So I was thinking, and I have been thinking about this for a while, ever since I started writing that book, that we needed a resource that people can come, not feel like they have to pay an arm and a leg to get all the resources together in one place. And what I mean is have a list of the caregiving facilities, memory care facilities that actually take Medicaid. They have a list of people that are willing to come and help you at home. Have a list of every single resource all in one place, because you might have, if you go online right now, you might have a list of caregivers, or a list of facilities, or a list of this and that. You don't have everything in one place, and sometimes it is super overwhelming. I would also like to have the ability in that same place for people to ask for a grant, and us being able to give them a grant of anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 so they can get started. And what I mean by that is they can use that money to have somebody to come to their house once a week for 4 or 5 hours, or maybe twice a week for 4 or 5 hours, and that grant money will cover that expense. I would like to be able to give them some sort of discount. The company that would build would pay half of the caregiver expense, and they can pay the other one in half. Maybe somebody come 2 or 3 times a week to their house. And I mean, I have not started this yet. This is why I'm doing this fundraiser, because I want to see what we can accomplish. Now, the fundraiser, I started with $2,000. The reason why I set such a low number is because I'm hoping that people will donate. And to be honest with you, if just the people that I have on Facebook or Twitter put $5 each, we could get a ton of money to start this on the right foot, and then ask for real donations from big names and celebrities and everybody else to be able to fund this project and get all the resources together and get the grants together to give to these people that really, really need them. And I'm telling you, because I am in that boat, I know exactly what they need. I know exactly what the resources are. I am now helping. I volunteered for the Alzheimer's Association to help them with the walk here in Florida, in Orlando. It's on October 7th. And I have found out a lot of stuff I didn't know, because I'm associated with them, trying to help them get this walk done. People don't know what Alzheimer's is like. They don't know that it's 100% lethal. They don't know that it's not just forgetting stuff. People don't know that people are being diagnosed earlier and earlier. I have heard of a case of a 37-year-old, of a 32-year-old. There's many cases of 50 and 60-year-olds that are getting diagnosed now. My loved one got diagnosed when she was 84, but she had symptoms since she was 81. Still, 81 compared to 51 or 31 is crazy. 1 in 3 people are going to develop that Alzheimer's or dementia in this lifetime. That means that if you live in a house of 4, one of those people is guaranteed that they're going to get it. I don't want that number. I don't like that number. Until we figure out what to do about this disease, I want to be able to provide resources for people that are in the exact same boat I am, and help them navigate these waters. If I have to get on the phone with them personally and tell them that it's going to be okay, I want to be able to do that. So please, I'm asking you, donate whatever you can. I don't care if it's $1, $2, $5, whatever you can donate to this project so we can get it started. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.